Hi, Priestess Jamila. Give me a second. I'm going to flip my camera in just a moment. Hello, witches and clients. Hi. I wonder why it always does that. And then it doesn't let me click on it. All right. Okay, y'all. Hello. I don't know why. Oh, I guess I don't look quite as pale as I looked a few minutes ago. Might be this new camera phone. Hi, it's High Priestess Jamila. We're here to do a haul. I've got some people that are in my group for Samhain, and then I have people that are doing, other spiritual workings. So I'm here to show y'all the Amazon Witchy haul that I got. By the way, I will leave my associate links somewhere. And so you'll be able to click the link and you can purchase it from your Amazon account if you like anything that you see. Okay, so this is High Priestess Jamila. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, welcome. I have a couple of things that I want to show y'all today, but I guess it's going to take a few minutes to get the notifications out. Let's do this to kind of help things out a little bit. Let's do this. I haven't done this in a while. All right. Okay. All right. Hello. Blessings. Blessed be. Hi. How are y'all? I am having an afternoon little shot of wine, so don't judge me. And if you do, well, I just don't care. I just don't care. Okay. All right. So there's a few things I want to show y'all. And I thought about like writing prices of everything. I wish that Amazon would send an invoice with their orders, and then that way I could tell you exactly how much it costs. But I can't do that. So they don't do that. Okay. So I can tell you that none of this stuff was terribly expensive at all, because y'all know how frugal I am. Okay. So first of all, I want to show y'all this beautiful tapestry that I got, and I needed it. I needed this tapestry so that I can sleep soundly at night. Okay. So it's a pretty big tapestry for you to put like either in your reading room, or this one is going to be above my bed, and I really like it. It's cute. It's a triple goddess symbol. I'm not real sure what this extra point in the star is right there, but so I got that. Okay. And this was no more than $11 with Prime shipping. Okay. Where is my people and where's my chat? I wonder if YouTube has sent out my notifications. It's kind of weird. YouTube has become a weird haunted museum. So I got that. And, I have been talking to my clients about how important it is to put some sort of symbol of protection in your bedroom, even in your bathrooms, something that has to do with your spiritual beliefs or either your ancestors. Okay. So I'm not real sure what all of the hoopla is about the pentagram, but if you're practicing witchcraft and you wonder why you're constantly upset or something, then that would be why. Okay. So I actually got this too. Okay. I actually got this pentagram. It was only $11 or $12. And so I thought that was cute. And so I got it. Okay. So that's another thing that I got. Because I wasn't going to do a haul, but then I said, screw it. I'm going to do a haul. I will put the link to the seller for this. It is a pentagram. Okay. I will put a link to the seller for that. Okay. Another thing that I got, guys, we are definitely ready for this Samhain. I actually got my favorite Chabos candles. And this I remember because I just looked it up. It was $25.99, but it's for 2 packs of it. And it was prime shipping. I didn't even realize I was getting 2 packs of it. But as far as like for our workings that we are doing, we have plenty of these candles. Okay, I think that would be what, 144? Yeah, 72 times 2 is 144. So, and I love these. These are the 3-hour ones. And they are very, very good quality candles. That I use for spell work. This is how big they are. Okay. So everybody that is in my Samhain circle, we are ready. Shout out to you guys that are in my Samhain circle. Okay. All right. So we got those. All right. And I also got these are the votive candle holders. I like getting these votive candle holders for regular candles because what they'll do is that when the wax melts, it'll just keep burning, and it'll actually increase the burn time on your candles. Okay. So it came in a 12-pack. This 12-pack was what, $13? Okay. For a 12-pack, and this is what they look like. So you guys are going to see that whenever I show. Where in the hell is my chat room at? What is going on? Why is there just one person in here? Okay, can we get some people to come in here? What's going on here? Do we need Hecate or Lord Ganesha or Shiva or somebody? Who do we need up in here? This is what they look like. And these are really good. They're very good for fire safety, but you still have to, I always watch my candles. I do. So I got a 12-pack of those. And so whenever I do our next ritual for the full moon, I will be using these and some of these other candles because we'll be doing stuff all week long for the Samhain circle. Okay. She's silly. Okay. All right. And I got a few things from Michael's today. I did get these 6-hour tea lights. This is not from Amazon though. Michael's is just, they've been having like a lot of clearance sales and stuff. So I wanted to get some of those real big containers. And I ended up getting like you guys will see it because I'm going to be, because tomorrow I've got some stuff coming in for the potions that I'm making for myself as well as other people. So I'll be here tomorrow also. Okay. All right. And this 4-pack of balls I was going to do just a flip through, but we're going to, when I go over this, this is what I got, guys. I got this deck right here, okay? When I go through this, we're going to actually sit down and we're going to really, really look, because we're really into herbs over here, okay? I don't know about y'all, but I love my herbs, okay, for all kinds of stuff. So we're going to go through that, but I decided to do the haul and that at the same time. So when we start to go through the flip through, if you're here for the Hedgewitch Botanical Oracle deck, I'll put the, you'll find timestamps in the comment section, okay? I got these 12-ounce and I don't like how that sticker stuck to that. But I got these 12-ounce. These are supposed to be the Balls brand. Mason jars. So whenever I send you guys your potions, they'll come in these. Either you'll get 2 bottles of the potions and then 1 thing of herbs that I'll send to you. Okay. So I got this 4-pack. I know that it wasn't any more than $13. Okay. And it comes in a 4-pack. I keep Amazon busy, y'all. I still use my supplier. A lot of my students have been asking me about the large cauldron that I have, and we definitely have a lot of those in stock. And so I don't know what was going on. I couldn't get in my account, but I got in there. So I got that, and I'll put a link to that in there because it was definitely a steal for, like, I think it was like no more than $15 for a 4-pack. And the mason jars, they're pretty expensive. I don't like to buy things used like that. I think it's kind of unsanitary. I don't like that. It's not to say that you can't clean them with bleach and sanitize them, but for something, I mean, they're going to get cleansed and sanitized anyway, but something like, you know, that, I'd rather have a brand new container to put stuff like that in, okay? I also did get a few herbs from Amazon too, which Amazon always gives you an abundance, okay, of herbs. Where is my chat room at? What is going on here? Is it, I don't know what it is. Who cares? You guys will leave a comment. I have never had this much St. Johns Wort in my life. This is actually St. Johns Wort, y'all. This is 16 ounces. So whenever I buy herbs from Amazon, I usually get like this huge, big container of them, which I bought these specifically. These specifically is for a potion that I'm making for a client. And that's how much I got. Like, that's a lot of St. Johns Wort. It really is. And then I got some more mugwort. Okay, this is the Hof City brand. Some Artemisia vulgaris. Okay, so I got some more mugwort. So I think I have another thing of mugwort in there, but for some reason I just couldn't see it. So I went ahead and got this, and I know that this wasn't no more than $10 or $11 with Prime shipping. Okay, I got some chamomile. Okay, very high quality chamomile leaves. I mean, I don't even have to tell you how amazing chamomile is. It is a really, really amazing herb. And so I got some of that. And this is 4 ounces. Like, this is a huge thing of chamomile. I can't remember how much this was. Like I said, I'll try to put the links today down there so y'all can go and check that out. And the last herb that I got is this roasted seaweed. So this is actually an ingredient that is going to go in the potion that I'm doing for a client. Okay. So I got some roasted seaweed. These are actually, you can use these. These are nori wraps or whatever. But yeah. So, and this comes in this is going to be plenty to last me for a very long time. It's 50 sheets. I need to get well, actually it closes back up when you open it. Hold on. Let me open this up real quick. So that's cool. It has like a little thing. Yeah. So believe it or not, I'm going to be using these to add to a potion that I'm making. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it on the herbs today. Yeah, that's all I got for the herbs. So let's get to this book right here. I am so not book. This is actually an oracle deck. Okay. And it is the Hedgewitch Botanical Oracle. It's a 40 card. I believe it's 40 cards. And this is by Ciolo Thompson. Okay. So let's open this up and see what's going on with this. Because the one that I'm using currently. Uh-oh, what happened? Okay. I don't know why that's doing that. The one that I've been using for a very long time, and I wanted an additional one, is the Kitchen Witch Oracle with the herbs, okay? But I got this one because I felt like it had probably different herbs in it. I'm not sure. And I like to divinate, so it comes in this neat box. I will put the link to this in the comment section. And we're going to look at this. Oh, nice. It comes with a paperback book, which is a good reference for, the oracle decks, especially the ones that have a book included with them, with, the herbal oracle decks. They are so useful if you are learning about herbs. Okay. They are very, very useful for that. And this is what the deck of cards looks like. So I like to divinate because some situations will require certain types of herbs. You may have a situation going on to where you may want to ask your spirit guides, hey, what herb do you suggest that I use for this situation? All right, so I'm going to close this up. And this is what the back of the deck looks like. Okay. All right. So I'm going to, let's do that. So let's read from the book. I'm sure there's an introduction. So the author is Ciolo Thompson, is a self-taught visual artist who lives and works in Seattle, Washington. Shout out to Seattle. She uses multiple mediums and techniques in her work with a focus on draftsmanship and narrative development. A background in comparative literature aids Thompson in her quest to translate complex ideas, stories, and emotions into the language of visual art. Thompson falls most neatly into the category of figurative realism through her work, often dallies at the edges of other disciplines, including comic art and animations. The Hedgewitch Botanical Oracle is Thompson's second published work with Llewellyn. Okay, so she's obviously a witch. She has to be. Okay, I don't know though. Okay, it doesn't say. Okay, so the introduction, this collection of 40 botanical cards draws inspiration from the grimoire of the Hedgewitches, wise folk who walk the thin spaces between worlds. Hey. In this book, you will find descriptions of the plants illustrated on the cards, where to find them, and how they were used in past times and the ways in which we still employ them. Each lovingly illustrated card in the deck includes an oracle property that can provide guidance to a seeker or meditative focus to acquire it. In other words, you don't necessarily have to have the herb handy. You guys know that I have a botanical. I have a apothecary. So the creation of this deck was inspired by my own quest to become more knowledgeable about the plants around me and those at the root of a witch's natural healing practice. Delving into the properties that tie these plants to divination and tarot has been a great process of discovery and delight. The name of this project, the Hedgewitch Botanical Oracle, directly draws from the plant-based practices at the heart of what some call witchcraft and others consider women's craft or botanical medicine. Okay, and so I'm not going to read this whole thing, but the history explored in this project is most often one that involves women and other disenfranchised folk finding ways to care for each other. Patriarchal systems and puritanical societies have dominated medicine for centuries. Female queer bodies have suffered, been neglected, and declared hysterical and aberrant. And always at the fringes, there have been healers, witches, midwives, herbalists, and shamans who channel the power of nature and seek to help those in need. The word hedge witch describes a person who lives outside of normal society. In very practical terms, these were often women living beyond the hedges or walls of a city because they were not welcome within. That makes me sad. The term also describes the plant gathering practices of witches, healers, and shamans who foraged in the hedges at the edges of cultivated fields, as well as deep in the woods, wilds, and along shorelines. Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit more passages and then we're going to get into the cards, okay? The lore surrounding these people also includes hedge riding, the practice of venturing into the ethereal or leaving the body/physical realm. Flying ointments made from plants with the psychotropic properties such as foxglove, brugmansia, and various nightshades were created to aid the hedge rider in their quest to pierce the veil and travel into the unknown. Okay, so that is, okay. In other words, this is a very interesting read in case you get this particular deck. I'm not going to continue to go into that, okay? We're just going to get to the actual deck, okay? Now, the first card that comes up, ooh, Wormwood. I love this stuff. Artemisia absinthium. Okay, so you can actually do readings with these cards. You see the keyword says caution. Okay, Wormwood is outstanding just based upon my knowledge of this particular herb. It can be used to mirror back bad energies to somebody. It can be used for your reversals, your return to sender spells. It can be used to make your oils, to dress your candles for return to sender spells. Okay, so that's the first one that we got. And Let me see if they may be in order. Yeah, they're not in order as to how the cards came. So we're just going to kind of move forward. Oh, there's Wormwood. Okay. Oh, I didn't know that plant. So wormwood refers to the Greek goddess Artemis, the goddess of the hunt and protector of the forest. Wormwood can repel pests and ward off all sorts of ailments, but it is also toxic in some quantities.
A line from Herschel Walker.
Oh no, that was.
For everything my company goes to charity.
No, you didn't.
Well,
the New York Times contacted those.
No, they didn't.
Comment. The other three said they had no record or recollection of any.
Oh, it was so peaceful, and then they did an ad that you couldn't even skip. Oh, that's because it was done. No. So if y'all want to know what I was listening to, no, that's beautiful, but no. I'm listening to Witch Core Autumn Fortis Good Witch Cabin Cats and Herbs. Okay, so it's like an ASMR thing, and it's beautiful. If you guys want to just relax, y'all should search for that. So I'm not going to go over all of the descriptions. Okay, maybe we'll have like an entire panel discussion on herbs. I can't do a panel today, but that would be very interesting to, talk about. Okay, so maybe we'll do that soon. Caution can save your life or keep you out of sticky situations. Fear or anxiety can also be toxic. Many situations require prudence and a look before you leap attitude. So it gives you a really good description, and then it also gives you other names for the particular herb. Okay. Says that it's also known as sea wormwood or field wormwood. Okay. And it says, channel the Queen of Swords with her clear sight and ability to cut through deception and confusion. The Knight of Pentacles provides a different perspective, speaking of caution as an operating system. Okay. Here is a knight that never charges in. He asks for a measured, long-term approach rather than impulsivity when making decisions. So that's interesting. But what I know about wormwood is that it can be used for return to sender spells. It's really good for that. Okay. And then also warding. It can be used for warding off bad energy. Okay. And reversals. All right. So we got violet, Viola adorata, which it says attract. Okay. I wonder if it's the same, because I have some of that. I wonder if it's the same as blue violet. Because I have some blue violet. Maybe it's not the same. Or am I tripping? Maybe it's not the same. Okay, anyway, if I were doing an oracle reading, and you know what? I think I'm going to try. You know what? I may attempt to do some oracle readings with this deck. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Because I have a couple of different oracle decks. Okay. Trout lily. Can you see how it has like an illustration of the plant? Erythonium Americanum. Okay, y'all. I hate to make this take all year, but guess what? Guess what? I am very, very much so into herbs, which is why I have an apothecary. Duh. Okay. And so you know, some of these I'm curious about. So, you know, this is not going to be something that is going to be very quick. So if you're into this kind of thing, then you're having a really good time right now. Let me look at, I think it has like, I'm sure that it has, oh, it has recipes in it too, guys. You can make cocktails. It has like recipes for cocktails and stuff and other stuff for baths and stuff. This is a really good, this has actual recipes that you can eat and bathe in. So this is a really nice book. This is a really nice deck. So wait a minute, it doesn't have like an index, so you just have to kind of flip through it, I guess. I'm looking for Trout Lily. Where is it? You know what? It's not in alphabetical order. I don't think. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Trout Lily. It talks about the plant, what its, you know, what its history is. Hmm. So what it says is, as far as like with the oracle, oracle quality is patience, and it, you know what, it doesn't. Now I will tell you that as far as like the magical properties that we're used to seeing, doesn't really go into that. Hmm. It's also called yellow trout lily and yellow dogtooth violet. To me, from what I'm seeing in here, is that this would be good for money manifestation. Just from what I'm sensing, it may be good for money manifestation. Okay. Says this plant does not flower for the first 4 to 7 years of its life, inspiring its oracle quality, patience. So what I'm sensing is that it would be a calming herb too. I'm gonna come back to this one and kind of see what, because a lot of the times, guys, what I will do is I don't just go by like what I read on Google, even though I'm telling you, and I am so grateful for this, like, you know, other witches that have put up the magical properties of this. But like I'll actually throw the cards and ask, what is this particular herb going to bring to my working? So some of the ones that I'm curious about, I'm going to put them to the side, okay? Oh, we know what strawberry is about. Strawberry is amazing. So this is strawberry. And the oracle keyword is enjoy. Fragaria vesca. So this stuff is really good. Strawberry is really good for love, and then also it's good medicinally for maybe stomach ailments. Maybe if you have gas, maybe if you have bloating, constipation, possibly. I wonder if this book says the same thing. Let me see. There's got to be an index. I don't think that's the only thing I would say about this book is that it would be, why am I not finding that? No, I can't find like an index that takes you directly to the page, but I found it. So, okay, which that may be intriguing. Wild strawberry, woodland strawberry, alpine strawberry, European strawberry, or fraise de Beauce. Let me see what it says about it. Okay, so it can aid in the treatment of diarrhea, and it is a laxative, diuretic, and astringent. Like looking at this book, like the description really reminds me a lot of dandelion leaf. Okay, just looking at it. And so I can imagine that if you had a recipe that required dandelion leaf, that strawberry would be a good replacement for it, because whenever I don't have a specific herb, unless I just really want to have that herb in my apothecary, if I don't have the shmoney, if I don't have the money or I don't want to spend the money, I will look for a replacement for it. Okay. So yeah, I would say that this would be good for anything, attraction possibly, or uplifting of the spirits. Okay. Let's look at the next one. St. Johns Wort is the next one. So St. Johns Wort, what I use it for is exorcisms, ridding of bad energies, even destroying bad spirits. St. Johns Wort will do that. Okay. So, and that's why, you know what? I'm glad I got that big, like, that's a big thing. I ain't gonna never run out of things. It's gonna be about a year before I run out of St. Johns Wort. But of it, and like every time I get it, I'm like, okay, the next time I get some of this stuff from my supplier, because y'all know normally my supplier is Azure Green, and they do have a lot of their herbs available in the 1 pound. But yeah, it's something that you want to have a lot of, okay, especially if you are a practitioner that does a lot of workings for people, to where you're cleansing them or healing them. St. Johns Wort is really, really good for. I like to personally, when I use St. Johns Wort, which I do use a lot of it, it's usually one of those herbs that I run out of first. And I usually use it for exorcisms, for ridding people of bad spirits. Okay. And I be so, I'm usually very slick about it. Like, You know, if somebody in the house may be, you know, in bad spirits, or either if somebody comes by and they may have some negative spirits on them, I'll just start burning it. I'll just start burning it, right? And the key word for it is stabilize. So I would say that if I were doing a reading with these cards, I would say that, you know, depending on the surrounding cards, I would say that there may be some bad spirits that may be unearthing you, ungrounding you. Maybe if I pulled this card for you, you may be dealing with some kind of anxiety, some kind of depression, and you may need to ground yourself. I do know that St. Johns Wort is really, really good for grounding and lifting up depression and anxiety. And, you know, if you are taking some kind of antidepressant already, you don't want to mix it with it. But I'd say that if you're using it to dress your candles, you can also smudge your house with St. John's Wort too. Okay. You can also sage your house. So, alrighty. And curse breaking and stuff is good for that. Okay. Samfire. Crithmum meritumum. Okay, and the key word, the oracle word for this is adventure. See, this is a herb that I've never heard of before. The only thing that I would say, which I am really, really loving this deck as well as the book, I wish that the magical properties was more so listed on here, especially if you are a beginner. You know, of course we have Google, but what if you like, have y'all ever just turned off your internet for the day? Like, I haven't done it in years, but you know, what if you just want to turn off your internet for the day and just, you know, just be for a minute? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it would be good to have some kind of book for these herbs. So Samfire is an edible wild plant found along coastlines across the northern hemisphere. Okay, I'm starting to. I need to eat brunch. Northern hemisphere. Its briny little branchlets are wonderful pickled or simply steamed and served with fish. Some people eat young samphire raw in salads as it lends a spicy, salty and delightful texture. Okay, in the US, they are most frequently called sea beans. But what do they do? You know what? It does go into, in this book, however, it does go into what tarot card it's associated with. So this particular herb would be related to the Two of Wands. Okay. Represents wonder and opportunity the world has to offer if we are willing to go out and pursue it. Are you stuck in a rut, seeking new challenges or feeling stagnant? Maybe it's time to put the old behind you and strike out into something new. It's also called glasswort, sampan, sea beans, sea asparagus, sea fennel. So I guess maybe like the ones that I want to, because I want to get some of that. So I'm going to put those to the side. All right, moving on. Salel. Gaultheria shalon, meaning subdue. Ooh, so that, I would say, I'm guessing that this would be a love herb. I've never heard of Salel. Salel. Salal. Let's look that up. So I'm gonna put the ones that I want to get, I'm gonna put them to the side, write it in my notebook. Herbs to get. Subdue. Other names: Salel, Shalon, Gaultheria. Okay. Okay, so it says they can be an efficient appetite suppressant, the leaves. Okay, or a natural way to suppress the appetite. When you need balance, okay, it will suppress urges that would be detrimental to your life. So maybe you could use this particular herb, maybe to quit smoking. And then also maybe in some love workings. It's related to the Chariot card that speaks of will, marshaling your strengths, and subduing anything that would distract from your forward motion, at times to one's detriment. So I would say that this would be really good for binding spells, okay, or either to stop a negative situation from happening. Okay, maybe it can be used to bind somebody. Okay, all right, moving on. All right, we got sage. We all know what sage is, purification. Again, Salvia officinalis. Officinalis. Okay, used in ancient times for warding off evil, cleansing spaces, and banishing negative energy. It's good for that, definitely. This is related to the Hierophant in the tarot deck, but also the Page of Wands. Okay, it says that sage can be used to purify the energy, as a powerful tool for anyone trying to focus or start anew. Okay, so we all know about sage. All right. Okay, so we got Rowan, which the key word for that is protection. I've never heard of this one either. Sorbus terminalis. Here we go. Protection. It's also called service berry, service tree, mountain ash, quicken tree, birdberry, witty pear. Okay, so the oracular property of Rowan is protection, sometimes called the wayfarer's or traveler's tree. It is thought to protect and guide travelers and prevent them from getting lost. Interesting. So that says a lot. That says a lot to me. So, so as far as like from an oracle standpoint, it may mean a warning. The rowan is a portal tree and protects liminal space between one area and another, making this the wood of choice for gates and doorways. Among druids and witches, as an oracle property, the word protection could be a warning, a call to keep your guard up. Okay. All right, moving on. Okay, so up next we have wild rose, which represents clarity. Okay. Hello, chat. I was wondering when y'all was going to start rolling in here. Okay. Rosa acicularis. I think I have plenty of these outside my house. Okay, so it can be used as cleansing and focusing, also detoxing. breaking unwanted habits, possibly could be used in a road opening potion or oil. This plant corresponds with the Ace of Swords of the Tarot, which is with its call for focus and clear sight when approaching new projects, or the Two of Swords, which urges the querent to strip away the blindfold of deception or self-deception and truly assess the situation at hand. Also called Arctic Rose, Prickly Wild Rose, Prickly Rose, Bristly Rose, and Dog Rose. Interesting. Okay, I'll put that one to the side. Okay, so here we got the plantain, which the key word is nourish, Plantago major. So this is an edible one. Medicinally, it can be applied to wounds, stings, and sores to facilitate healing and prevent infection. It's anti-inflammatory. Can soothe ulcers and gastric distress, skin problems, itching and pain. Whoa, wait a minute. Did I miss a page? Oh, okay, no, that's it. So this herb is associated with the Judgment card. The Judgment card connects with the plantain in this way, relating to service, balance, and the give and take of the universe. If you are in need, open your mind to what is immediately around you. Stop to consider what you have to offer the world and how you can nourish others. Interesting. Okay. All right, moving on. Okay, so here's some pine. We all know what pine is about, but Pinus sylvestris, meaning preserve. I'm curious about that because I've always used pine for healing and money. Let's see. I'm trying to look through here. Does this one give a tarot card association? No, it doesn't. Says while there are certainly times when one must simply walk away, there are other situations where preserving something is worth the work. So this one, I gather what she's saying is that pine can be used in love workings. Okay, I've never thought about using it for that. Okay. Okay, the next one is nettle, tribulation. I like nettle, and this is usually when I stock up my herbs. This is usually the first herb to go, and I'm gonna do an order with my regular supplier and get some nettle, because when I do get it, I just need to get a pound of it or a couple of pounds of it because it goes so quickly. Urtica dioica. Okay. So let's look and see what it says about nettle. This book is really interesting, guys. I would highly recommend this. My plan is to get as many oracle decks on herbs as possible. So tribulation, it's also called false nettle, white dead nettle, common nettle. Of course, it has a lot of medicinal properties, okay? Oh, it talks about, so this particular herb is related to the death card or the tower card? The chemicals in the plant produces are serotonin, histamine, and oxalic and formic acids. I'm used to using nettle for curse breaking. Okay. That's what I'm used to using it for. In fact, last year I had made a curse breaking oil that I had used nettle in, and I ended up using the whole thing. Okay. So I'm gonna put that to the side. All right. Morel, Morchella insculenta. And the key word for it is regenerate. I already know I want to get some of this stuff. Morel. Okay. So it's rich in vitamin D, iron, and B vitamins. Yeah, that would make sense. Got to use caution with this one because it could be toxic. This is a show. It's related to the tarot card death and reminds us that devastation is often the gateway to regeneration. So I'm going to do more research on these herbs like when I'm done. And I will be writing it down because I'd like to get some of that. Okay, moving on to marshmallow. Okay, this is Althea officinalis adversity. So I've got this stuff. I really do love marshmallow root. What I typically use it for is a lot of times with marshmallow root, what I've used it for previously is for if I am trying to restore a person's, I would use marshmallow root for post black magic healing. And for example, if somebody throws some baneful intent at you that is going to cause people to judge you and especially if somebody's lying on you or telling a lie on you, I would use it for that because what it does is it's really good for the throat chakra. So it can really, really good for, it can really, really be good for restoring your reputation. Okay, or if you're doing some kind of love potion where you may need to restore the trust in the situation. Okay, or if you're doing some kind of potion. Okay, so that's what I've used it for previously. Okay. I'm wondering what it says in the book about it. But I am very familiar with this particular herb. Okay. Yeah, so the keyword, the oracle property of this would be adversity. So yeah, like if you're dealing with some crazy situation, chaos, this stuff is really, really good. Marshmallow is associated with the tarot's Four of Swords, carrying an important message about rest and self-care. So I like to use marshmallow in my, a lot of times I will add a pinch or two of it in my bath. You can also put it in a tea. Okay, you can use it as a tea or in addition to your tea. Okay, so next up we got Lady's Mantle, Alchemilla vulgaris, which the oracle property of it is magic. Okay, so I gotta look up this one because I've never had this particular herb before. We gotta see what this one is about. Other names for lady's mantle is lion's foot, bear's foot, nine hooks, Leontopodium, and stellaria. So it says that lady's mantle, the oracle property of this gentle plant is magic, as lady's mantle has always been strongly linked to the feminine and to the gentle creative magic of the anima. In tarot terms, this card relates to strong feminine characters such as the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. The act of creation, whether through childbirth, writing, building, drawing, or any other method, is magic indeed. This is not the magic of the magician, which pulls from the external world, but the deep, quiet magic of the queens who conjure things into being from the very depths of their internal universe. All right, I got to get some of that stuff, so I'll put that to the side. Okay. All right, I don't want to ignore my emails. Okay. Next up, we have juniper. So again, this is another one that I am familiar with. I would say that juniper, which is called Juniperis communis, which means invigorate. This is really, really good for your spiritual baths to uplift the spirits. Very powerful healing berry, and it's actually a berry. Okay. And I would use it in beauty spells. You can use it in love spells. You can use it in reunion spells. You use it in money oils, money potions. Yeah. I keep some of that on deck. It's also called Genevrere, Genepro, Inabro. Ooh, I can't. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. So it says that this herb, basically it talks about how it can invigorate you. In the Middle Ages, the saying "giving birth under the juniper tree" indicated a juniper-induced miscarriage. So evidently they can be used to induce miscarriage. Don't do that though. It's against the law. So juniper evidently stimulates the contraction of the uterine muscles, so it can assist in labor. Interesting. Can be used to flavor meats. I don't want nothing that would, I guess, this, it could be used as well to, maybe do some uterine cleanses to, maybe expel stagnated energy from the uterus. The tarot card that it's associated with is the Two of Swords. Two of Swords. Why can't I talk? I listen. And can also be an antidote to the Seven of Cups, which indicates you may be lost in a murky dream world or the victim of deception. You don't want to be that. Okay. Indigo, Baptisia tinctoria, enhance. So this is indigo. A lot of these I have not heard of, so I kind of knew that this would take forever. I must have passed it. It does seem to be in alphabetical order, come to think of it. So indigo should be after golden poppy, after hawthorn, hollyhock. Okay. Huckleberry. Okay, here it is. Okay. Okay, what is this one about? This can be good for clearing out creative blocks, or if you're in like a funk, shifting your perspective, and can bring new life to relationship situations or thought patterns. Before discarding something, try changing the way you think about it. Says that it was once used by the Native Americans as a primary source of blue dye, a practice that was later adopted by the industrial textile industry. All denim was at one point dyed with indigo, though it is now done with synthetic color. Interesting. Let's see. Most commonly used as a blue dye. The roots can also be made into teas as a purgative or to treat toothaches and nausea, though it is reportedly also causes nausea, so perhaps it is best used in non-digestible ways. Interesting. Okay, it is also called broom clover, baptisia, indigo weed, horsefly weed, indigo broom, shoe fly. Interesting. And then we have huckleberry. Huckleberry, Vaccinium ovalifolium, resourcefulness. Okay, so I'm thinking what? Money drawing? Okay, possibly money drawing would make sense to me. It's also called hurtleberry, whortleberry, bilberry. Rich in vitamin C, the berries are thought to boost the immune system. They are also used in the prevention of heart and eye diseases. It says the huckleberry is an interesting plant that has resisted human efforts of domestication. Despite many attempts, no one has successfully farmed huckleberries. So, but you can't get it? So it says the oracle property resourcefulness refers to this plant's ability to grow on cliff sides, loose gravel, rocky ledges, and in alpine regions where the snow lies thick for half the year. In areas devastated by forest fires, huckleberries will be one of the first plants to emerge from the ashy soil. Okay. In fact, this incredible plant was one of the only survivors of the 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens volcano. Interesting. Resourcefulness can mean finding ways to turn adversity into opportunity. Huckleberries have been a staple of life for northern and midwestern Native American tribes for thousands of years. So that's another one I want to pin cushion and do research on. Okay, moving on. We have hollyhock. Okay, Alcea rosea, which means abundance. Okay, so hollyhock. Let's look at that one. Mallow and Althea. So this has got to be related to the goddess Althea. Let's see. Maybe not. Doesn't say. This plant is used in folk medicine to treat everything from skin injuries like burns or lesions to coughs and inflammation. The flower buds are used medicinally for respiratory illness. The shoots to ease difficult labor, and even the seeds in a hot tisane are said to help reduce the symptoms of fevers. The root is astringent and demulcent. It is crushed and applied as a poultice to ulcers. Internally, it is used in the treatment of dysentery. And when dry, the woody stems of hollyhock make good kindling. The oracle property of the hollyhock is abundance. Aside from being a lovely ornamental plant with many human applications, hollyhocks provide food and shelter to hummingbirds, beetles, and moths. It is the favorite flower of several species of butterfly. Abundance is a word we often associate with monetary wealth or physical possessions, but abundance is better measured by including health, friends, happiness, and well-being in our assessment. So, in other words, it can be used for money spells, but like yeah. Okay, so this one is this particular card is related to the Empress in the Tarot and the Queen of Pentacles. The hollyhock is traditionally planted in a witch's garden to bring abundance and fecundity, and is strongly related to the pagan holiday Lammas, which celebrates harvest season and expresses gratitude to nature for her generous gifts. Okay. So y'all need to go get y'all some hollyhock. Okay. Hawthorn. And I'm familiar with this. Crataegus monogena, which means sacred. And so Hawthorn definitely is related to Jesus Christ. They say that his, I wonder if it's going to say that in here, but it says that his, is that thing that adorned his head? It had hawthorn berries. Let me see. You can, it's edible. Hawthorn, which are also called halls, are edible raw and are also made into jellies, jams, and syrups. They are also used to make wine, sometimes called hedge wine. This plant has been employed for centuries in traditional medicine, as hallberries have active plant compounds that promote cardiovascular health. Yeah, that's what I knew about it. But it's a lot of people related to Jesus Christ, though, because I've read that somewhere. But it also says that hawthorn is the tree of Beltane, a holiday celebrated on the 1st of May, and a time when it is said the seen and unseen worlds meet. Hawthorn plays a strong role in many folklore traditions and is considered a tree sacred to the fairies, as well as being the wood of choice for a witch's broom. There are many historical accounts and artistic depictions of the fairy queen, which is Maeve or Mab, emerging from a hawthorn bush. And it says planted in a round circle, hawthorn groves were the setting of choice for goddess-centric rituals performed by female practitioners of Druidism. Among the traditions associated with the hawthorn, it is the belief that it is bad luck to cut down a hawthorn or disturb its branches. When freshly cut, hawthorn gives off a scent of death due to the chemical trimethylamine, which is present both in hawthorn blossom and in decaying animal tissue, probably accounting for the tradition of not bringing the blossoms into the home. Okay. Hawthorn is truly a hedge-witch friend, and there is no plant that embodies more succinctly the definition of line striding, in addition to standing at the threshold of the unseen realm. This tree has in fact long been considered a portal. The oracle property of the hawthorn is sacred because of its prominent place in magical traditions and the legends and lore associated with it. How does the word sacred apply to your life? Your value system can be sacred. It helps you to create a hierarchy of importance and place emphasis on whatever is most valuable in your life. Personal rituals, objects, and spaces can be another aspect of this oracle property. It's associated with the magician and the high priestess. And it says creating sacred space for yourself, either with meditative practice or physical objects, is an important part of self-care. And it can be pivotal in enabling your connection with creativity and your deeper self. Okay. I think I've got some sitting right here. Yep. These are hawthorn berries right here. That's what they look like. Okay. All right. So let's move on to golden poppy. Diana says hawthorn could be serving of hollowed eaves as a mistletoe, perhaps more romantic than corpses. Yeah. Golden poppy. Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pronounce this. Eschscholiosia californica, which the oracle property is dream. I've never heard of the golden poppy. Let's see here. Also known as the California poppy, California sunlight, and the cup of gold. Okay, it's the state's flower. It's California's flower. It is an American plant that has also become widely naturalized in Australia, South Africa, Chile, and Argentina. Its leaves can be used medicinally and the pollen cosmetically. The plant is used as an herbal remedy, having a sedative effect. Okay, so it can be a sedative if it's smoked. It's not a hallucinogen. I don't know why I can't read today, but it is a great relaxant and can produce a state of friendly lethargy. Yeah, we like that. We like friendly lethargy. Okay. Now, it says that the oracle property dream refers to the long history of the poppy's use as a sedative and narcotic. For hundreds or perhaps thousands of years, this plant has been associated with altered states of consciousness, memory, and pain relief. In a tarot context, one might relate this flower to the moon card, which speaks of dream states, exploring the subconscious and finding the way through illusions. The Seven of Cups, with its message about getting caught up in wishful thinking, deception, or desire without action, can also apply. Dreaming, daydreaming, fantasizing. These are distractions, but can also be the gateway to achievement, happiness, and goal attainment. So I don't know if I'm interested in getting this one, but I'll do more research on it. Ghost pipe, Monotropa uniflora, which is aka mystery. So ghost pipe, also known as Indian pipe, corpse plant, ghost plant, Indian pipe, convulsion root, fitzroot, ghost flower, related to the high priestess card. This plant speaks to subterranean, subconscious connections and the dark mysteries of the hidden realm. If you are attempting to navigate a difficult situation or find your way through a confusing time or relationship, try delving deep. Seek beyond the superficial aspects of the problem. Connect with your shadow self. Sometimes we must go into the darkness to find oh my God, I got to get this, y'all. If I can find it, I'm going to get it because I feel like this plant, I've got to have it. Because this describes me. Y'all notice how I always find the deeper meaning of something? Like I just do that automatically. Can also be used as a remedy for eye disorders, as well as a treatment for spasms and other movement conditions. Interesting, because you know what? My father, he used to do this thing where he would just rock his leg, like, and I started doing it to where I'll just be sitting there and I'll just be like, my leg would just be moving. I don't do that anymore. I haven't done it since I was a kid, but that's interesting. I'm going to get some of this stuff. I'm going to get some of this. All right, let's move on to, garlic. Allium ursinum. You know what? I really love garlic. I cook with it all the time. I eat garlic. I cannot eat shallots. I found out. A shallot is supposed to be a cross between garlic and onion. I cannot eat shallots. The last time I ate a shallot, it made me sick. I don't know what it was, but garlic definitely. I wonder what it says. Everybody knows about garlic. But I wonder what the book says about it. Okay, so other names: Ramsons, buckrams, wild garlic, broadleaf garlic, wood garlic, and bear leek. Wonder what tarot card this would be. I don't think it says it. I don't really have to spend too much time on this, but be cautious when foraging for this plant. No, I get mine at the grocery store, as it can easily be mistaken for lily of the valley, which is toxic. Oh my God, I have some of that oil. I burn that outside. If I ever use lily of the valley, I burn it outside. I do not. Yeah, you got to be careful with that stuff. Because I have some of the oil, the essential oil. Quit moving. Okay. Interesting. And it means service. So I guess that means what? Helping others? So it says if you get this card, it means helping others. Volunteer to walk dogs at an animal shelter, pick up litter, buy someone a coffee, go the extra mile to make life easier for someone close to you. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. Yeah, it might help your karma out, when you do nice things for people. Okay, let's move on. Foxglove digitalis purpurea, which the oracle meaning is connection. I have never heard of most of these herbs. Okay. Other names: witch's gloves, fairy caps, fairy glove, fairy thimbles. Associated with the planet Venus and with the Empress Tarot card. In an oracle context, the word connection could be speaking of your relationship with a person, a community, or even with yourself, your history, your subconscious, your physical body. Are you feeling isolated or cut off from someone or something? Remember that much like a garden, connections require care and tending. If you're feeling disconnected, try taking action rather than waiting for things to come to you. Reach out to a friend, find a way to contribute to your community, ask someone out for coffee. So I will use this for love spells. It also is tied to this plant's association with the Fae, as it is called foxglove, meaning belonging to the fairy folk. The common name also relates to the tale of these flowers being given by naughty Fae to the fox to silence his steps when hunting, giving the fox an advantage against other forest creatures. Some consider it unlucky to bring foxglove into the home, but grown in the garden, it will keep evil away. Foxglove is often mentioned in Irish folklore, for example, to be given in small doses to children thought to be suffering from fairy stroke, or as a charm that can cure wanderlust when worn. Which would be what? Wandering off or something? Interesting. All parts of the plant are toxic, including any water in which the flowers are kept. While poisonous, foxglove also functions as a companion to various other plants that ward off disease and rot within a garden. For example, adding foxglove tea to the water in a vase will keep all of your other cut fresh flowers.
Don't let life get in the way of your vote.
Oh, that just keeps happening.
October 17th.
I have completely fallen for whatever this particular thing is here.
The castle. This is a way bigger renovation.
No, stop with the commercials. So, you know what? Any herbs that are considered toxic, I have a tendency to not bring them. I swear, I had the crazy experience. I had bought some, what is it called? Wolf's Bane. I don't keep it in my house because I have a connection with wolves and dogs, and I was like, no, I don't feel comfortable with having that stuff around. Interesting. So I won't be getting this, but I guess in a reading, if you're doing an oracle reading. Okay. All right. So then we have fern. Aetherium felix femina, which means growth. Okay. I've actually heard of that one before, but I haven't actually had it. Okay. Other names: breakroot, oak fern, common polypod, helecho, associated with the death card in the tarot deck. Thought, though it often gives people a fright, its message is very much about the kind of change that leads to growth. Ferns find a way to grow no matter what conditions they face, inspiring the oracle property growth It's not always easy. Sometimes we would like to remain with what is safe and known, but stagnation does not tend to lead to happiness and success. How can you push yourself? What opportunities do you have to seek personal growth? What adversity are you facing that could lead to new paths and ways of thinking? I want to get some of this stuff. And it can be used to cook with. Wait a minute. So an infusion of lady fern is used to treat respiratory problems or to cleanse wounds. A strong decoction made from the rootstock can purge intestinal worms or treat fever and jaundice. Interesting. They can also grow asexually without fertilization when conditions are not ideal for normal reproduction. Okay, so there's fern. Okay, so we have elderberries, which Sambucus nigra, which the key word or the oracle word is ritual. And even though I use elderberries all the time, also known as eldrum, hildor, holunder, black elder, common elder, pipe tree, and boar tree. Okay, let me see if what tarot card they associate this with. So of course, everybody knows that elderberry syrup can cure respiratory, cold infections, and fever. You can make syrup out of it using a cold remedy. So they're giving you a cold remedy. Dried mint, chamomile leaves. Boil this mixture until the elderberries have reconstituted and are soft enough to mash. Interesting. I'd like to make some of this elderberry syrup actually, because I have my allergies have actually gotten so much better. Doesn't really associate it, but it says it doesn't associate it with a tarot card, but it says the oracle property ritual is inspired by the countless ancient traditions and rituals surrounding this tree. There are records of using an elder branch in wedding ceremonies to bind two people, rituals for seeing and communicating with the fae, and rituals for the planting, harvesting, and use of the tree itself. Rituals are an important part of community building and daily life structure, enormously helpful to those who aspire to lead thoughtful and productive lives. Yes. Oh my God. Like, so you know what I use elderberries in? Elderberry is a very important ingredient in the Black Rose potion. I have used elderberries to break curses before off of people, and then as well as healing. Okay. And then I've actually used a little bit of elderberry in like a client's candle, and like within minutes they're like, oh God, I don't feel anxiety anymore. So I think that elderberries is really good for relieving anxiety as well. Okay, we're going to move on to dogwood. So I have some of this stuff. I got a lot of this stuff too. Cornus Florida. So the oracle property of this one is defend. And so yeah, dogwood it's another herb that can be used in like psychic defense. It can be used in your oils to do reversals or even banishings, to stop psychic attacks. Other words: houndberry, dogberry, dagwood, whipple tree. Okay, and it's also very high in vitamin C. So it can be used to remedy colds and flus. The bark of the tree is also used to make tonics and astringents for various medicinal purposes. Dogwood twigs can be used to clean your teeth in luau of a toothbrush. This plant is associated with the oracle property defend. The dogwood has historically been the wood of choice for making dags, pointed weapons such as daggers, stakes, and arrows. While we would like to move through life without confrontations, sometimes we must make a stand and fight for ourselves, our principles, or those whom we care about. Compromise and diplomacy have their places, but there are times when one must fight. Yeah. So it says, are you feeling under siege, maligned, or attacked? Yeah, this stuff is good for that. Okay. And it is related to the Five of Wands in the tarot deck. So this card urges you to be alert, engaged, and ready to fight for the things you value. Hello? All right, moving on, guys, to the daylily. I'm going to try to pronounce this. Hemerocallis lilios foscadelis. And I have never heard of this word before, ephemeral. Y'all see that? What in the heck does that mean? Okay, so we got to look at that. Okay, hold on. Okay. Daylily. I already think I want some of that. So other names: Hemerocallis golden needles. There are many members of the, I can't pronounce some of this, Asphodelaceae family, but this entry specifically addresses the daylily, identifiable by its long, flat, blade-shaped leaves that come up from the base of the plant rather than off the stalk like other species of lily. Okay, so this perennial plant is very edible. The blossoms, young shoots, and roots of the daylily are delicious, prepared steamed, fried, or boiled. Okay. In folklore, pregnant women wear daylilies around their waist to encourage the birth of a male child. Right. A note of caution per usage. Proper identification is key, as many lily species are quite toxic. Additionally, the raw leaves of the daylily are known to contain hallucinogenic properties. The oracle word for this plant is ephemeral, inspired by the fact that each daylily blossom only lives for a single day, reminding us of the temporary nature of everything in life. It can be very helpful in times of difficulty to remember that everything is fleeting. Some daylilies blossom at night, a metaphor for beauty born in moments of darkness. I wouldn't say that everything is fleeting, but I don't share that opinion that everything is fleeting. No. But I guess it could mean maybe it could mean like every day you're getting older, I guess. I don't know. But I don't think I'm ever gonna forget what that means though. That was pretty interesting. Okay, moving on. Dandelion. Taraxacum officinale, which means humility. So I'm familiar with dandelion. I use dandelion in addition to abracamina. I use it in my unblocking road opening oils. And then also dandelion, I will put a little bit in my spiritual bath because dandelion for me really makes it, I feel like it's really good for banishing toxic energies. And then also, if you are binded, I feel like dandelion is really good for unbinding. Okay. It's also called blowball, lion's tooth, cankerwort. That's funny. Milk witch, yellow gowan, Irish daisy, monk's head, and priest crown. When you feel underappreciated or invisible, remember the dandelion and its ability to flourish. Seen from a different perspective, the oracle property humility is needed when assessing our own importance in a given situation or relationship. Are you overestimating your own contributions, value, or difficulties? It's very easy to slip into a narcissistic mindset. After all, we are each at the center of our own universe. However, it is sometimes essential to step back and be very honest about where we stand in relation to others. Everyone wants to be heard and feel valued. Are you doing your best to see others in as kind a light as you see yourself? Okay. So I love dandelion. I use it a lot. And you can use it for money workings as well. Okay. All right. Moving on, cohosh. Actaea racemosa, which is repel. I've actually had cohosh before. I know that it comes in the black and the blue cohosh, so I'm kind of confused about. Now, this one is related to the Devil Tarot card, especially in reverse, could be warning you of negative bonds or dependencies that are holding you back, separations, endings, and rejection. These are all difficult parts of the human experience, but sometimes these radical actions are needed for new growth to happen. Okay. Also notice black snake root, bug bane, rattle root, black baneberry. So I can imagine that this can be used, if you want to end a relationship or end a negative cycle. Okay. Or also another thing, I would say use it for psychic defense, for maybe using it in your reversal potions or reversal oils, using it on your reversal candles. Dwelling on the negative is seldom helpful in the tarot deck. The Six of Swords is one card that speaks of cutting ties and moving on. It has medicinal properties, cohosh. It's poisonous in large doses, but it can be a remedy for gynecological and other disorders, including sore throats, kidney problems, and depression. Okay. This plant, it can irritate nerve centers, can interfere with birth control, and may cause abortion. The root is an expectorant, hypnotic, sedative, tonic, and also a vasodilator. Okay. So I would say that if you're going to burn this like on a candle, I'd say burn it outside. Okay. Especially if it's going to irritate your nerve centers. Nobody wants that. Okay. Clover, Trifolium pratense, which the key word is nurture, or the oracle word is nurture. Something that you need to give your attention to. Something possibly that you are neglecting. Other names, Trifolium, trefoil, hare's foot, shamrock, meliot, honey locust. Clover is a wonderful plant with sweet-smelling blossoms that are widely useful to humans, honeybees, and grazing animals of all sorts. So it says the oracle property of this plant is nurture, as the tender sweetness of clover can remind us of how to nurture those around us. See, I kind of felt that that's what it's going to say. and can also apply to the care and tending needed to sustain our own ideas and projects. Some situations in life require discipline, tenacity, and a strong will, and others can only be brought to fruition with encouragement and kindness. Related to the Queen of Pentacles, embodies the nurturing sweetness of this plant, and the Four of Wands shows us the joys and harm. And I cannot talk today. Shows us the joys of a harmonious home and family. Nice. So, is this the same as red clover? Because I've got red clover. Or is that? Wait a minute. Do I have? Yeah, I have red clover. I have tons of that. Okay. Ooh, chicory. Cichorium intibus, sustain. So I've used chicory as a replacement instead of using coffee in spell work because chicory is in the coffee family. Chicory is really good for warding off and repelling negative energies. Yeah, let's see what the book says about it though. Okay, it's also known as succory, wild succory, endive, radicchio, and whitloaf. Okay, so chicory is an example of how one organism can sustain others. So I like to think of it in relation to a person's role in a community. Related to the Six of Pentacles, in the tarot deck speaks to charity, community giving, and the need to sustain one another. You may find yourself on the giving or receiving end of this equation. So try to handle either position with grace. What does it say? Cows, horses, sheep, rabbits, and even poultry and field fowl take important nutrients from this plant. Kind of reading it backwards. Okay. Yeah, it can be drank as coffee. I wouldn't. I'd rather just. It's a caffeine-free coffee substitute, so you can actually use it in your rituals if you don't like if you want something to happen faster, but you don't want like the anxiety that sometimes because I would say, especially if you're dealing with a situation that might already be sensitive, like we may have a tendency to want to add coffee to turn the situation around. Chicory, I found myself using it when I felt like I don't want to use coffee in this because the situation is already crazy as it is, and the caffeine might, make things worse. Okay. All right, very interesting. And yeah, it's a coffee substitute. Okay. All right. Then we have chamomile, which the key word is soothe. Matricaria chamomilla is the Latin word for that. So we already know what chamomile is. We don't have to get into chamomile. Okay. Cattail, Typha latifolia. And the oracle word for that is build. Let me see how much battery time I have. Oh, this is sustaining my battery really good. I know, aren't they beautiful? The illustrations are so quaint, and I like the fact that it's not too busy. Okay, it's not too busy. So, cattail. Now, just to let y'all know, going back to the chamomile, I probably should have got into that. It's water of youth, Roman, chamomile, German. That's very interesting. So it does have some interesting stuff about chamomile. But let's move on to cattail, also known as bulrush, reedman, reed mace, punks, corn dog grass, Cossack asparagus. Okay, it's related to the Ten of Cups or the Ten of Pentacles, as both speak to building a legacy. relationships, and the foundation of a strong home. Additionally, the Three of Wands speaks strongly of planning for the future, looking ahead, and investing time and effort into personal development. Oh yeah. It says that cattails are a great potential food source. They are much more widely used as a building material. Okay, can be used to weave baskets, seating, roofing, insulation, boats, and even whole floating islands upon which people build their houses. Animals like muskrats and beavers also use the rushes to build and insulate their homes. Oh, isn't that cute? I don't think it's edible. Hold on. Oh, it is edible. The leaf bases can be eaten raw or cooked, and can be combined with egg porridge or soup as a thickener. Interesting. So I'm gonna grab me some of that. Calendula officinalis, which means to brighten. So we're all familiar with calendula. I am curious as to what this book says about calendula. Also known as marigold, pot marigold, Mary's gold, jackanapes on horseback. I've never heard of that. Ruddles, common marigold, Scotch marigold. So I use calendula in a lot of different things. I can tell you that I've used it in my bath and I've used it in soaps because I feel like it is really good for the skin. It's related to the Sun card in the tarot deck. So it can be used for just uplifting the spirits. It's really good for that. So if you guys have never tried calendula, you should try it. Okay, so we got burdock, Articium lapa, which the oracle word is tenacity. So I'm thinking that this is one of those invigorating herbs, also known as cockleburr, gobo root, clockburr, burr seed. Okay. It's been used in bath and beauty products. Good for skin and cough and cold. Let's see. I would say that this one, what I'm sensing from this one is that if energy is really stagnant, it can speed things up for you. Okay. Trying to think if I have burdock root. I don't have burdock. I had some. I'll have to check. All right. Borage, which is Borago officinalis, which means courage. Okay. So I would say just already what I'm sensing is a good idea for the root chakra as well as the solar plexus. Starflower, Bugloss, Vipers, Bugloss, Barajo, Barash relieves depression. Also, place the fresh blossoms on an altar to bring luck and power to your spells. Sprinkle crushed dried leaves around the workplace for inspiration and business expansion. Because of its connection to Jupiter, this herb is associated with the Hierophant in the tarot deck. Okay. You can also use it as for courage charm. And it says that the Celtic warriors drank wine flavored with borage. Never heard of it. Interesting. Okay. All right. I think we have 2 left, y'all. Blackberry, Robus ursinus, which means adaptation. Adaptation. I mean, not adaption, adaptation. Also known as Douglas berry, Pacific dewberry, and trailing blackberry. Okay, so I would say that, says if you find yourself in a situation that seems to require that you adapt even radically, keep in mind that it is sometimes good to have your defenses up. Yeah, this one is, a lot of these are also in my other Oracle deck, which means, I guess, defense or something. Of course, blackberries can be eaten. They have a lot of vitamin C. A lot of people like blackberry jellies and stuff. So I would say if you're dealing with a negative, perplexing, complicated situation, that these will help you flourish even if you're faced with adversity. Okay. Last but not least, bearberry. Artosta philos uva ursi, which the key word is strength. Okay, so that's the last card in here. Also known as uva ursi, Douglas berry, kinnick, alpine berry, mountain bearberry, black bearberry. Associated with the Queen of Pentacles. So basically, it pretty much speaks for itself. I would say you can use this to add strength or courage, inner confidence, or maybe even to strengthen a spell or a potion. Okay. So I hope y'all enjoyed that and I didn't bore y'all to death. Okay. So we got coming up, we're going to be talking about a lot about potions and stuff. So y'all stay tuned for that. Okay. All right, guys. That is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the thumbs up. Y'all can hit the thumbs up if you're watching through the playback. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Also, again, for this particular deck, I will leave the link to the Amazon seller in the comment section. At some point, it'll be down in the comment section for you to go and purchase this. I would say it would be a good Oracle deck to have, especially if you enjoy herbs. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I will check y'all later. All right. Blessings.